One for the money, yes sir, two for the show, three for the phone, Polonius, smoke my saxophones in the throat. I go for broke, do not go broke. So choke on all these quotes, ho. Smoke whatever you smoke, use a joke, a Facebook post. Slow to get it, so I get bad like Wild and Briar. Fuel to the fire, the funk squad stay down like flat tires. Looking at Maya as we inspire, yo get badness. Rap music's in a state of sadness, so relish and be glad it's the comeback for the first time since the first rhyme. I've been the most to get bad, Jack Carter. I'm opponent for the host like and Vert. Get bad or get hurt. I killed it like a plaid man skirt. Turn up.
Too bad, you mad, so sad, and I'm glad, man, cause we some bad motherfuckers, man.
Greetings and welcome to another edition of Seamless Style, powered by Polo Ticks and Polaroids. I'm your host, Mr. Parker. Greetings, and salutations. This episode, I'm going to do something a little bit different. And I spoke on it briefly or put a warning out there, whatever you want to call it. But I spoke on it briefly in the previous episode that this particular episode may be the most important episode for those of you in the process of, or trying to, or attempting to, or are currently in the middle of growing your collection. This is the most important episode by far. I'm not sure where everyone is as far as their Ralph Lauren collecting. You know, I read a lot of, if not all of the comments. So I know that some of you are returning to the world of Ralph Lauren after a long hiatus. You know, maybe you started early with Ralph Lauren in your early teens or even younger. You know, maybe your parents only dressed you in Ralph and it grew into something, and then maybe you turned away from it in high school or after high school, or, you know, during college, whatever the case may be. You know, wherever you are in your Ralph Lauren collecting, whatever has you here, God willing, and hopefully every Sunday. If it is about collecting Ralph Lauren, then this is the most important episode for those collecting Ralph Lauren. Now, if you are one of those who, you know, you like Ralph Lauren, the fashion house portion of it. If you like Ralph Lauren, you know, you're not a huge collector, but you like Ralph Lauren and you use this channel for, you know, just styling tips, styling purposes, not necessarily focus completely on Ralph Lauren, that's totally understandable. I welcome you too. This is still an important episode even for you, but definitely for the gentlemen, and this episode is 1000% focused only on us today, gentlemen. Ladies, you're welcome to be here, but this episode is focused entirely on us. All right, this is the most important episode. Why? Stop talking, Parker, and tell us what's up. What we doing? I got you. This episode is dedicated to Lotique ATL. All right. Now, at this point, their handle is on the screen, and it's going to remain on the screen for the duration of this episode. All right. Lotique _ATL. Where do I begin? Lotique is an online consignment shop. All right. He buys, sells, and trades Ralph Lauren. All right. I've never seen any Ralph Lauren pieces for women, only men. So that's what I'm going to go with. Right. He buys, sells, and trades Ralph Lauren. Now, there are a few consignment shops on Instagram that buy, sell, and trade Ralph Lauren. I really enjoy Willie's vintage Polo. All right. I have purchased a few items from 10 Richie Rich 10. But I can seriously say that I have probably purchased somewhere around 40 to 50 pieces from Lotique ATL. Easily 40 to 50 pieces. His shop is impeccable, incredible. But you guys know how I am at this point. You could have flaws in your delivery, right? Or your presentation. But if I, from conversation or business dealings, value you as a stand-up guy, then I can overlook some things. Well, not only is Lotique, their presentation is top notch. The dude is a solid individual. All right. He's a solid individual. That's not conjecture. And let's get one thing straight right now. He didn't pay me for this. This isn't a paid advertisement. I contacted him last week and let him know that I was doing this. And if there was anything in particular he wanted to say that he wanted me to say on his behalf, to let me know. But the overwhelming majority of this episode, as far as the high praise that I'm going to throw his way, is off the top of the head, right? The brother is solid. All right. 909. Well, let me rephrase that. Let's say I told you 40 to 50 pieces I bought. It could be more than that, but let's just say it's 50 because that's an easy number. If it's 50 pieces I've bought, 48 times out of 50, I have not had a reason to haggle with the price. All right. Haven't had a reason to haggle with the price. As far as haggling on those two items, I'm 2-0 because he looked out. All right. I think one of them was the Southwestern hoodie from maybe about 6, 7, 8 episodes ago. It was season 4, but it was a Southwestern hoodie. I asked him for him to look out for the cookout on that piece, and he did. But his prices are no haggle. All right. Not only that, he does offer something called layaway. All right. So if you're paying with PayPal, and let's just say the item is exactly $100 shipped that you want. If you tell, let's say, and I'll use a prime example as opposed to a scenario. I'll use a prime example, $100 ship. I hit him up. Can I do layaway on this piece? Because some pieces he won't accept layaway. Can I do layaway on this piece? Yeah, when you trying to pay for it all? I need like 2 weeks. Okay. I send the invoice to your PayPal email. And he might send the invoice, and the invoice might say $25. Pay $25, owe $75. As long as you pay him in 2 weeks or less, you're in great standing. Now, what I always do is, let's say that I've used my shopping budget for this particular paycheck, and the next paycheck is 2 weeks, right? Let's say I get paid on the middle of the week. I see something on his Saturday. He posts on Instagram Saturdays and Sundays at noon, but he posts every day. So he might have a few pieces that he's trying to blow out that he'll post during the week. But Saturday and Sundays are his main post days. Let's say I see something on Sunday. We work out a layaway. I shoot him $25. Now, when he asks when would I pay, I tell him 2 weeks from Sunday. Just so that even though I know it's only about 10 days before I'll be able to pay, I want to have that cushion, right? Just because my name and my face is good with him, and I want to keep it that way, right? and vice versa. So again, layaway, you could do that. No haggle pricing, you can do that. It's not just the colorful, flashy, flamboyant pieces, because the majority of his, I ain't gonna say the majority. Well, yeah, I could use that word. The majority of his clients or of his clientele are those who like those flashy, flamboyant pieces. You know, the big P-wing sweatshirt, uh, a bear piece. Yeah, the stuff you think about when you think about flashy and flamboyant. A hoodie with a giant PRL in the middle. Like the majority of his clientele are those that are from the culture that like those flashy pieces, the low heads and low lifes. But I've always had no problem finding things in his arsenal that I know I can use, whether flashy or subdued, doesn't matter. He's always had something that I'm like, boom, I need that. One piece that that a lot of y'all went crazy over, that I went crazy over myself, was a quarter toggle mock neck sweater, Southwestern print. I wore it a couple of episodes ago. That was from Lotique. The one that I told you was a 2XL. He told me it ran small, and he felt like that one had been washed. So when I copped it, it was the perfect fit. That's from Lotique, right? So this episode is featuring pieces that came from Lotique, because what I want you to understand is, again, when I say 40 or 50 pieces, I could be way off. I've been dealing with this gent for a long time, right? I've been dealing with this gentleman for a long time. So I could be way off. It could be closer to 70, 80 pieces. But what I do know is that without Lotique ATL, my collection is not what it is today. All right. So the fact that, you know, maybe sometimes RalphLauren.com is just a little too pricey for you. Or maybe sometimes you're just not finding good pieces in your size on eBay or Poshmark. This guy should always be an option. He should be, if nothing else, like for me, I go so far as to say he's my third option, and he's really close to being second, just because eBay has been such a prick lately. But that's more so from a seller standpoint, like as far as me being a seller. eBay is still, as far as buying pieces for myself, for my collection, is still a go-to. RalphLauren.com is going to always be the first place I go. You know, when I'm in the market to shop and I'm looking to create looks, or I'm looking to complete looks, or complement a pair of shoes, whatever the case may be, RalphLauren.com is always going to be my first go-to. From there, I'm going to go eBay. But he is one of the few his Instagram is one of the few Instagram pages that I have all notifications turned on for. Because if he goes live, which I don't recall him ever doing, but if he goes live, I need to know. If he's posting, I need to know. If he's got something in his stories, I need to know. And I need to know ASAP, because he has quite the following. And, you know, there's gentlemen out there with the same size I wear. Fortunately for me, again, like I stated, the majority of his clientele are looking for more flashier pieces. And I may need a flashy piece for this or for that to complete this look, you know, whatever. But a lot of times I'm looking for stuff that's not as flashy. Like, for example, these were 3 pieces that I could absolutely remember that didn't make the cut for this particular episode that I did cop from Lotique. Piece number 1, y'all saw this last holiday season, this beautiful piece from Rugby. All right. Perfect fit, Nordic pattern. All right. Vermont ski Rugby roll neck sweater. Man, this piece is gorgeous, bro. Gorgeous. I want to say he sold it to me for 79 shipped or 59 shipped, one of the two. This piece is not too big, but guess what ain't gonna happen? It ain't getting sold. This piece is beautiful. I'm gonna take it and get it tailored. All right, a Polo blue label, shawl, pullover, beautiful hues here, gun patch, elbow patch. Man, it looks like it could easily be purple label, but it's blue label. I copped that from him. I want to say it was under $100, so it might have been 99 shipped, something like that. Oh, and then I did bring this out, the piece that I was just talking about, the piece that I was just talking about that I wore. This came from Lotique. Now this was $199 shipped. I don't even think I haggled it, for the simple fact that I've only seen this sweater 2 or 3 times, either 2 times or 3 times. And all 3 times it was Lotique who had it. I never seen anybody else with it. So it was a no-brainer. You know, it was a no-brainer for me to cop it when I saw it this time. And I was assured, and like I said, he does good business. So what he was telling me, like I had no reason not to trust him. So 2 rigs plus the ensemble I'm wearing. All right, that's gonna make 3 looks. All 3 looks will feature at least one piece that I caught from Lotique ATL. All right, so we'll start with my ensemble. Start at the bottom. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but I'm gonna get through it with these shoes. All right, a pair of Paxton needlepoint loafers, and they are somewhat exclusive, but they are Polo bar loafers. All right, you have your bourbon on the right vamp, you have your burger and fries on the left vamp, Polo on the right vamp, bar on the left vamp. All right, couple things. I have had this exact meal at the Polo bar. Their burgers freaking great, their fries are freaking amazing, and their bourbon is top shelf. All right, one other thing I like about these slippers is the outside side heel. All right, the one that says Polo with the bourbon, it has stats for the bourbon that it serves written on the outside heel. The one that says bar has the address for the Polo bar in Midtown. Like, bro, these shoes are yeah. Again, shout out to my man Hampshire Trill for setting me straight when it came to the Paxtons, because if it wasn't for him, I would have slept on a lot of Polo blue label slippers that I now have. All right, so I'm glad he had the scoop and put me on the game. I never claimed to know it all, but between the Paxton and it was the whatever the one was before the Willard. The Willard is the one that's flimsy and it's just not good enough quality for me. But these Paxtons, yup. Hosiery. I went with a solid pair of navy blue socks that have on the inner and outer a Polo player, more whimsical as opposed to serious as the original Polo player is. This is a more whimsical look, but it's fun. It works. And I went with actual Polo's theme with the socks and the turtleneck, because that's if you have not been to the Polo bar, that's what it looks like. From the outside, there's a huge lit up mural of a Polo match, and then inside you have Polo mallets, helmets, all types of Polo memorabilia throughout the entire place. All right. I picked this suit, all right, for 2 reasons. For 3 reasons. One, this Gordon Tartan suit is just beautiful and comfortable. 2, there's Gordon Tartan on the inside of these Paxton's. So I just thought that would be cool for, again, because I just showed you, but, traditionally, if I'm wearing this ensemble out somewhere, only I would know. But hey, as long as I know, that's all that matters, right? But the Gordon Tartan suit, suit jacket, matching suit trousers, all right? And then this piece I got from Lotique. The first time I got this piece, I got it from eBay. The second time I got it from Lotique. All right. And I want to say I ended up paying less through Lotique than I did on eBay. But yeah, this was a Grail piece too, by the way. The large polo player, green turtleneck, padding in the shoulders, a 3 on the sleeve. Just a great piece as far as the polo aesthetic for Polo Ralph Lauren. Just a great piece. All right. Bag of the ensemble. Let's do that first, and I'll grab my fragrance as well. But bag of the ensemble, Gordon Tartan tote bag. Nice tote bag, carry all. First time I went to the Polo bar, I actually wore this suit. No, I didn't. I wore a Polo Bear. The second time I went to the Polo bar, I wore this suit. Fragrance of the ensemble. And this fragrance can be actually for the entire episode, right? Because all of these ensembles that you'll see in this episode are standout ensembles, right? So I wanted a fragrance that complemented the level of standout or the level of conversation pieces in the ensembles that complemented that without being overbearing. So Polo Blue, the original Polo Blue, was perfect fragrance to, Safari might be a little too strong, right? Polo Green might be a little too strong. Supreme Oud might be a little too strong. But your Polo Blue is the perfect strength in it. It has the perfect strength in it to not be overbearing. You put the proper amount on it. It's something that people are going to smell, but it's not gonna, you want in this particular ensemble, I want my turtleneck and my slippers to be the conversation starters, right? And the 2 rigs, there's a piece or pieces that I want to be the conversation starters, not how great I smell. I want how great I smell to be an afterthought in this case. And you smell good, right? So that's why I went with Polo Blue. But without any further ado, this is the Lotique episode, all right? This is for every gentleman watching who is a collector or building a collection, all right? You're gonna wanna by the end of this episode, you're going to, even if you never go on your Instagram, you're gonna go on there, follow Lotique, click all the notifications so that you can start building your collection with some real quality pieces. All right. Y'all ready? Me too. Man, let's go. Now for our first look, or our first rig, shall I say, this first rig features 2 pieces. 2 pieces that I got from Lotique. All right. The first piece is the work shirt, all right, and that's fairly new. Now, let me just tell you what you missed if you haven't been following Lotique. All right, let me just tell you what you missed. I purchased this work shirt, another work shirt, and a cable knit sweater. Button, not a button mock because it's a full polo collar on this bad boy with the iconic golf logo. I purchased all 3 pieces and spent $80 plus shipping. Yeah, you heard correctly. $80 plus shipping. The sweater was $40, and this shirt and the other shirt were $20. He had Black Friday deals, and he had pieces that he was moving. And when he posted those, that one and that shirt, size large, $20. I wasn't looking for either shirt, but a $20 shirt, tartan shirt, work shirt. What? Man, give me that. That was a no-brainer. And the other shirt, which you will see sometime in January, because I have a look already put together for this shirt. But it's going to be for a vacation mode episode, and that won't be till January. So that'll be on Patreon. But yeah, it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. So the coat, the raincoat, and this work shirt are both from Lotique. But this particular ensemble is a perfect holiday ensemble for maybe when the weather's not exactly super cool or super cold, but maybe it's rain, maybe it's a little nasty outside. So you have your classic traditional yellow rain jacket, but as you can see, the ensemble has tartan in it, so it definitely gives inspiration for holidays. But let's start at the bottom. Hold on. Before we do that, every single last one of those rugbies back there, and there's another 25, 26 rugbies in this shelf here. 80% of them I got from Lotique. I know for a fact all of these came from Lotique, because I can count on one hand how many Rugby, Ralph Lauren rugbies that I have gotten from eBay. I can count on one hand, probably no more than 2-3 fingers. Most of my Rugby, Ralph Lauren rugbies have come from Lotique, and all of these are Rugby, Ralph Lauren. All right, so all of these plus at least half of these came from Lotique ATL. All right, so if rugbies is something that you're trying to focus on when it comes to your collection, then again, you wanna rock with this dude, man. Now let's start at the bottom. So as I said, holiday inspired tartan. The tartan itself inspires holiday. So I went with these slippers here. Rugby Ralph Lauren slippers, tartan pattern, bullion logo on the vamp. Pulled out a pair of cable knit socks in the red. All right, that red it brings out all of the what I would consider subtle red in your 3 pieces of tartan here. All right, in the shoes, the bow tie, and the work shirt. Scroll up, I went with yellow Sullivan slim fit denim. All right, went with a red heraldic belt. All right, with a brown centerpiece. As far as the pants are concerned, you have carte blanche almost. You have carte blanche almost. You could go with, to be honest, if I was to do this ensemble and I actually maybe needed to wear this coat or take this coat, I may do a regular pair of jeans. I may do a regular pair of jeans, but you could do a pair of slacks. You could do a pair of chinos, corduroys, a nice pair of slim fit cargos. But I just wanted to do something with these yellow jeans besides the actual purpose that I bought the jeans, which is for that cafe racer jacket. All right, so I just wanted to do something with them. I went with a chambray club collared sports shirt. All right, for a little more dressier appeal as far as a chambray shirt. Instead of a button-down collar, I wanted to go with this club collared sports shirt in the chambray. All right. Ralph Lauren bow tie in the same tartan as this work shirt. All right. Polo spell out, red polo letters, work shirt, 2 pockets. All right. 2 functional pockets on both sides. All right. Flannel. All right. It's a medium weight flannel. It's not too heavy. It's not like a blanket, but it's definitely not a lightweight shirt either. So it just fits with the time of year. It just fits with the theme. And then we're carrying our Polo yellow Oshkosh Bigosh type of rain jacket. All right. Attached hoodie, Polo 1967 spell out, same font as the shirt. Just being prepared for the weather, but still maintaining that stylish look. Now again, $20 for a flannel work shirt, no flaws. Looks great, looks worn in like you want a flannel to look. But yeah, even still, when we styled it with slippers, when we style it over the chambray shirt, it gives a hint of class without trying to be classy. Like, it's just a classy look. All right. So again, this is something that I was able to purchase from Lotique. Great price, great pieces, great ensemble. For our last look, I really want to say that there are 2 pieces in this look that I got from Lotique, but I can only 100% accuracy say that there's 1 piece. All right. And that's the main piece, the varsity jacket. All right. Now, it's really funny. I'm gonna tell you in closing why this is really funny. But I've actually had this jacket twice. All right. So I'll explain that to you in closing. You'll have to stick around for it. But varsity jackets. Now, one thing I will say, man, this brother stay with a varsity jacket. It could be a Letterman, such as this, which, as you know, what makes a Letterman is obviously your patches, but wool torso, leather sleeves. All right, that's what mostly constitutes a Letterman jacket, right? But whether it's a Letterman jacket, a sateen jacket, a corduroy varsity jacket, this brother's a fleece baseball jacket that's got varsity inspirations on it. Lotique keeps a varsity jacket. He keeps something of that nature because his clientele loves it, right? And obviously I love it, but I do have a lot of varsity inspired pieces. So I really haven't had a need to go there with him. The rugby one right here. Yeah, the iconic rugby one. I got that from him. He had the best price that I had seen. And at the time I had the money. I don't even think I did layaway. I think I paid him straight out. Y'all know what those jackets go for. Again, he had the best prices. But this look is courtesy of him in a sense. Like I said, I've had this jacket twice. But let's start at the bottom so we can see how it got styled today. I kept it a little less dressy. I kept it a little less 1920s, 1940s than I typically do with my varsity. Y'all know I love varsity with a waistcoat, varsity with a Fair Isle sweater or something like that. But I kept it a little more simple this time because I wanted the piece from Lotique to be the piece de resistance, right? The leather chandelier loafers, all right? Simple, all right? Nice pair of yellow athletic socks by Rugby Ralph Lauren. Scroll up and you see the denim here. This denim is distressed and repaired. and it's repaired with a navy and gold silk tie and some of the distressing in this denim. All right, Sullivan slim fit. Belt wise, I went with this Polo collegiate belt, navy with yellow and white stripes with skull and bones in gold, and collegiate P, the same collegiate P that's on the sports coat. I mean, on the Letterman. I don't know why I'm saying sports coat. Rugby, Ralph Lauren, navy gold and white, vertical striped, club collared sports shirt. All right. So, you know, navy, gold, and white. That's what we're doing here. We're keeping it simple again, like I stated. Navy and gold rep stripe, heralded crest throughout is our neckwear. And then the piece de resistance, man. The cross country 1967 Polo Ralph Lauren Letterman's jacket. All right. Gothic P. Cross country arrow as a button that comes with the jacket. All right, 67 on the right side in chenille patch, R. Lauren written above your slanted kangaroo pocket. On the left sleeve, New York chenille in letters. Under that is the state of New York. All right, state champions, 1967, cross country. On the right sleeve is the cross country and arrows again. On the back, New York state champ with Achilles winged foot and an R on the back. All right. And all of your patches are also on your lid. All right. Matching cap to go with the matching jacket. All right. Just recently, I saw he had this with the exact version of this. And then he also had the factory version that came out a few years ago, which is just the collegiate P on the left side and the matching cap that has just the collegiate P in the center. All right. So if for a myriad of reasons, whether it's, I like this one, but every time I see it, it's too expensive. Okay. Go with the one that's just got the P on it. You can add patches later if that's your thing, or you can leave it as is. Or if it's a scenario where, this is a little too busy for my taste, again, go with the one that, but I've seen him have these pieces on numerous occasions. All right. Again, like I said, the originator and then the more toned down version that was in the factory store. So, you know, if adding Lettermans to your collection is something that you need to take more seriously at this point, again, you want to get with Lotique, man, and see what he has for you. And that's another episode in the books. Collectors, probably by now you've probably already went to follow Lotique if you wasn't following them before. It's a given. It's a must. And if you see other collectors, other vendors on Instagram, you know, at least check out their page. You know, if you see a few pieces that may or may not have been sold already, but you were like, dang, I would have wanted that, then you might want to give them a follow. That's how I found a few of the places on Instagram that I follow, because they did have some interesting pieces. Now, some pages, they wouldn't be able to service me. You know, it's just they don't have the pieces that I'm looking for in my collection, or their prices are ridiculous. Like, that's just the truth of the matter. I know with this sweater and the Varsity jacket, this sweater and the Varsity jacket I've had twice. All right, now let me explain to you. This sweater I bought on eBay a couple years ago, whenever. The Varsity jacket, I bought that on RalphLauren.com. Well, this may have been 3 or 4 years ago. I'm almost positive that if I had started doing seamless style, I had just started doing it. But I may not have even, I can't remember. I just know it was a while ago, several years. Got in a little trouble, right? Got in a little trouble, violated my probation by traveling out of state and not letting my probation officer know. At the time I was on probation, for what, doesn't matter. I'm no longer on probation. I'm good. Anywho, got in a little trouble. Got locked up. Whew. Did not have 2,500. Right? Long story short, Lotique was contacted. He came up from Atlanta. He bought some pieces that were in my collection. And he dropped off $2,500. Yep. So when we talking buy, sell, and trade, that's what we're talking about. Because, if you have the pieces and you're trying to move them, he might be the guy. In this particular instance, I wasn't necessarily trying to move anything, right? But this was something that needed to be done because I couldn't stay where I was. I needed that 2,500. Tell you what type of dude he is. When I did get home, I was a little perturbed that some pieces were gone. He sold them back to me for what he paid for them. So I ended up getting my the Varsity jacket you saw in this episode. I ended up getting that back, sent back to me. It was another sweater, and it seemed like it was one other piece. I can't remember. And then maybe 2-3 months after that, he had this online. It wasn't the same one I had. He had this online in a large, and it was, like I said, it was lower than the price that I bought it on eBay. So it was the perfect time for me to replace it. So yeah, brother's clutch, to say the least. Now, would I still be in jail? Obviously not. This was at least 3 years ago. But got out of jail a lot sooner than I would have if I'd had to wait on people to get together and throw that collection plate out. So I owe him for that as well. And I don't wanna bash other vendors, right? But let me just say this. He does new pieces. He does a lot of pre-owned pieces. But one thing that he stands on is that anything that he posts that he has for sale is in his possession. All right. So he's not going to post a bare sweatshirt and say available in sizes small through extra large or 2X. When you see that, that's just somebody who has a Ralph Lauren plug. And if the piece isn't available, then they just change up their description on their post, which is fine, I guess. But Lotique doesn't operate like that. He has everything in his possession, right? He has everything in his possession. Everything is in stock. His shipping speed, crazy. It's never been longer than 2 days for me. Never been longer than 2 days. If I order something on a Monday morning, I'm probably going to see that thing Wednesday afternoon. Probably. Now, if it's a Monday afternoon, it might be Thursday. But 2 days, bro. 2 days. What else can I say about the way he does business? Again, just like I said, if you see something you want, don't flake. You can hit him up, ask him, is it still available? I tell you how solid he is again as far as business. Let's say you see something on a Saturday that you like, and you hit his DM. Hey, greetings, brother. And you could put it in the DM. Is this piece still available? He hits you back and say, it's not sold yet, but I just sent an invoice out for another customer. Like, and that customer, maybe he sold it to that customer for $20 less. He's not gonna, maybe that customer has a relationship that I had, right? And maybe he sent the invoice an hour ago and the guy still ain't paid, because people flake all the time. But if you solid, this guy's gonna be solid with you. If you ain't solid, he probably ain't gonna want to do business with you. Like, you flake on him 2 or 3 times, send an invoice, don't pay, don't respond, ask 50 million questions in the DM, and then say, okay, I just grab it in 2 weeks if it's still. Like, time is precious. Don't waste people's time like that. I can't stand that. I've had one gentleman, I don't think he watches the channel. I think he's just on my Instagram. But I've had one gentleman hit me up about 2 or 3 different sweaters for sale, maybe every other week, and still ain't bought now one of them. Like, stop wasting my time, bro. And this guy's doing this as a profession. This is his business. So, just don't waste his time. But, like I say, it's fair, great prices. And I'm sure he'll work with you if you do good business. All right. It's worth it. You're going to need a couple of guys, but especially this guy. You're going to need this guy when it comes to collecting. Now, hey, if your money is crazy and all you trying to do is have a room full of purple label, have at it. Do you. Like, you may not need this guy. You may not need Lotique. Oh yeah, I'm a Ralph Lauren collector, but all I'm doing is purple label. I'm only doing brand new. Okay, well that's RalphLauren.com. So you're in good hands. But if your funds are more like mine, then pre-owned is something that you are definitely a fan of. If you want your pre-owned to be in great shape, if you want your pre-owned to be flawless, then this is the guy you want to deal with. When something is not flawless as far as pre-owned, he'll actually give it a ranking. So if you see something that says, let's say it says Rugby Ralph Lauren New Zealand Skullhead Rugby condition 8 out of 10. So it could be something with the collar. He'll show the picture. It could be just weathered from wear and tear. He'll show the picture. It might be a small hole right here on the rib sleeve. He'll show the picture. Right? You're not going to have any surprises with this company. All right? So go ahead and give them a follow. Now, more important than that, more important than anything in the world right now, anything in the world, is to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and tell a friend. Because we here. Getting ready for these holidays, bro. These next couple episodes going to be pretty fantastic. All right. Artists paint pictures. Haters paint narratives. So don't be no hater. Y'all have a good one.